Hey guys, Matt here. Tonight I'm going to give you guys some tips on using Nautilus style weightlifting machines. So you've probably heard that Nautilus style machines were designed to create and give you a constant tension throughout the entire full range of motion. So the cam action is designed like a Nautilus shell was the idea, and that's where the name comes from, so that throughout the full range of motion, the machine would produce or give you more or less force at different points throughout the movement. So because most of our levers are class 3 levers, it means that we're at a pretty strong mechanical disadvantage. And as we work our way through the range of motion, the moment arm either lengthens or shortens, depending on where you are through the range of motion, which means that you can produce either more or less torque at different parts throughout the motion. So the idea behind these is that as you work through that whole range of motion, the machine is going to produce less resistance at times where your body is able to produce less torque, and then it'll provide more resistance at points where throughout that range of motion where your body is able to produce more torque. So you get a smooth, consistent amount of resistance all the way through the entire range of motion. Okay, so it's a great theory, it's a great idea. The problem with it is that most people don't know is that that's designed to work when you're producing a constant slow velocity or rep speed. So in order to get the most out of these, we want to actually use these machines differently than what I recommend how we do pretty much everything else. Through most of our reps, we should be doing a slow controlled eccentric and then an athletic powerful concentric. With these, we want to do them a little bit differently. We want to just produce a slow, consistent rep throughout both phases of the motion. So all the way down, all the way up. Think about it just like a machine. And you don't have to get too crazy about how slow you're going with those. A 2 to 3 second negative and a 2 to 3 second positive is really good, and try to maintain that all the way throughout. If you're starting, especially the concentric phase of your rep, explosively, athletically, powerfully, you're going to create a lot of momentum. And especially when you hit those spots with the cam action where it's going to provide less resistance, where your body should be producing less torque, your momentum is going to carry you through that. And then because it's providing less resistance, it's going to really carry you through that. And that's going to push you even further through the points where it's providing more resistance. And so you don't get that smooth feeling. It can actually end up being worse than what like a typical machine would be. So the next time you go to use one of these, if your gym's got them or if you have one, lower the weight 15, 20 pounds, and perform each of your reps, the concentric phase, perform it a lot slower and focus really hard on being a machine. Focusing on a very smooth, consistent rep speed, up and down, no pause at the top, no pause at the bottom, all the way through. Give that a shot and give it a few workouts with it to get your body and kind of to feel used to it. But you'll probably notice that you do feel that it is a much smoother machine when you perform the reps that way. You'll get an incredible burn and you'll get a lot more benefit out of the machine. So give that a shot. Have a good workout.